Hello, my name is Matthew Brown, and I'm the Communications Coordinator here at the Wisconsin Center for Environmental Education. And I'm excited to show you around our new website. The goal of this video is to give you an understanding of the site structure and where to find things. The biggest change from the old site is that we're using a single unified navigation menu throughout a single site. And that may take some getting used to, but we think that with a little bit of exposure, you're not going to have too much trouble finding what you're looking for. We're going to start with just an overview, sort of the big picture view of the site, and then we'll run through our professional development section, resource sections, including kits and lessons, and then take a little bit of a deeper dive into the Keep and Leaf initiatives. If you open the video in YouTube, you can use the chapter markers in the video description to jump to specific sections in the video. However, if it's your first time through, I would encourage you to watch the entire video. That's going to give you the best sort of in-depth look at what's happening. So to start off, as I mentioned, we've got this unified navigation. This is your main way of getting through the site, is this big yellow bar here in the middle. And then there's also a breadcrumb bar up in the purple. So at various points, for example, if we jump into kits, jump into bat kit, I can use that breadcrumb bar to navigate back up. And you can use your browser's back and forward buttons and all that kind of stuff as well. So looking at the main page, coming back to the home page gives you sort of a general overview. Sort of program home pages under Keep Initiatives, the main Keep page, this sort of functions as their de facto homepage, and then Leaf similarly has sort of a de facto homepage underneath Leaf Initiatives. More information about the center is under the About tab, and then the contact information for the center and the both programs is over here on the right. Diving into professional development, starting with the overview, explains a little bit about our approach, gives you some idea of what those services are, gives you the ability to request custom services, and then has links, page links that are similar to these nav links, getting us into Keep trainings, Leaf trainings, and Project Learning Tree trainings. When you get into those, you can come into the ASAP menu you guys are probably familiar with, to see what, on-demand courses and upcoming courses that are scheduled. The menu itself shows you our offerings. So these may or may not be scheduled or may be scheduled by request, depending on your needs. And that's similar of Leaf trainings and also true for PLT. Okay, then getting into our resources. So the big ones are kits, and you can get through sort of to our general kits. You can do an in-page link down to our energy kits or in-page link down to leaf forestry kits. Each kit has a page. We'll actually come up to solar till kit and a request form that you can fill out to request the kit. That form tool has changed. It's a little bit different, and the calendar tool to check availability has changed a little bit. So you can look in now in Airtable, and you can see this solar till kit is not available for quite a while. Let's take a look. Some availability in early November, so you could for sure request one for then, or you could look at availability. There are two solar till kits now. If we go back up to the center and we look for our lessons, so we have lessons divided into energy and forestry lessons. Energy lessons are organized by energy concepts, energy efficiency, renewable energy, careers in energy, and climate change. And those are organized as galleries within Airtable, which is a little bit different than we had them organized before. You can sort and filter in Airtable if you wanted to look for particular grade levels, for example. You could come in, put the grade level, has second grade, third grade, and it would give you those results. To access the lesson itself, you want to click on the link button in the card. If you click on the card, you get the back end of it, which is fine. It gives you some other information, and you can click on the link from within there. but you can also click directly on that link and it gives you gives you to that PDF right away. That's going to be true for the forestry curriculum as well. That's still organized in guides that you might be familiar with, and then grade levels within those guides. Um, you have lesson resources related to this, and then it's taking a second to load, but you can see the PDFs loading as well. And one other thing I'll touch on in resources specific to leaf are the in forestry resources, the tree ID tools. So this was redone. We know the Dichotomous Tree Key is one of our more popular tools, and special shout out to Gina Smith and Emma Shellberg for conceptualizing and revamping this. So we're using sort of the same idea of mystery tree, and then students can come over and select the items to figure out this is not a basswood, but I did it wrong. And then they can also click to learn more about the tree from within that tree guide. Okay, moving on to a deeper dive into KEEP initiatives. So coming back to that homepage, you can see a lot of these things that we already mentioned are linked out again if you want to look at sort of a program specific page. So we have the PD, the lessons, the kits are all linked in here as well as some of the other initiatives. So if we click into learning more about students, for example, we come into this page, which you can also get to through the nav if you go into student energy engagement. And so this includes our green team support, our energy action month, Kid Win Challenge, Meter Hero, Renew Our Schools, and you can click into those to get more information about those activities. So that's kind of an important part of the KEEP landscape. In Leaf initiatives, we have that Leaf homepage, which is sort of similar to what we mentioned, links out to some of those other lessons and PD opportunities, just kind of a little in-page redundancy that way. But then this is also where you're going to get to the school forests information, the about getting started developing, sustaining your school forests, and school grounds and project learning tree information is in there as well. And that's pretty much it. We hope you enjoyed the new site. Thanks.